In the shadowy corridors of power, where decisions shape the destinies of nations, a secretive group is said to pull the strings, the Bilderberg Group. But who are they, and what lies behind their tightly sealed doors? Today, on Mysterious History, we unravel the enigmatic web spun by these power brokers and explore the alleged agenda they've been weaving for decades. The year is 1954. A select group of politicians, business magnates, and intellectual elites convened for the first time at the Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands. This marked the birth of what is now known as the Bilderberg Group. Officially, it's a forum for fostering dialogue between Europe and North America. Unofficially, it's been accused of being a clandestine cabal plotting to establish a new world order. This first meeting was ostensibly organized to strengthen transatlantic ties and combat the growing communist influence during the Cold War. However, detractors argue that from the very beginning, it was more than just a platform for dialogue. It was a strategy for consolidating power among Western elites. The list of attendees included royalty, like Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, and other influential figures whose reach extended beyond politics into the spheres of finance and industry. The meeting's clandestine nature sowed the seeds of suspicion, sparking theories that have endured for nearly 7 decades. Attendees at the time claimed the discussions were meant to ensure peaceful cooperation between Europe and the United States. However, critics suggest that the so-called peace was contingent on an agenda driven by the economic and political goals of a select few. Prince Bernhard himself later faced scrutiny for questionable financial dealings, further fanning the flames of conspiracy theories surrounding the group's true intent. Fast forward to the present day, and the Bilderberg meetings have become synonymous with secrecy. Every year, about 120 to 150 of the world's most influential figures gather behind closed doors. No press is allowed, no minutes are recorded. Attendees are sworn to silence. This veil of secrecy has fueled countless conspiracy theories, suggesting that the Bilderberg Group is the architect of a centralized global government, a surveillance state, and even controlled economic collapses. For example, it has been widely speculated that the 2008 financial crisis, which devastated economies worldwide, was orchestrated or at least anticipated by Bilderberg attendees. The silence from the media, despite the presence of high-profile journalists and media executives at these meetings, only adds to the intrigue. Could it be that these individuals are complicit in keeping the group's true agenda hidden from public scrutiny? The argument is compelling. A concentrated effort to maintain the narrative of economic unpredictability as a pretext for reshaping the financial system under a controlled global framework. Even more chilling are reports that certain industries, from technology to pharmaceuticals, align their goals with discussions at these meetings, creating a network of influence that spans the globe. Imagine this: a luxurious hotel nestled in a serene location. Limousines roll up, one after the other, delivering an exclusive guest list that includes heads of state, CEOs of multinational corporations, and influential members of the media. These individuals are among the world's most powerful, yet the public knows almost nothing about what transpires within those walls. The agenda is undisclosed, and the outcomes of these discussions are never revealed. Why such secrecy? What are they hiding? This secrecy has led to endless speculation. Some claim that decisions about war, peace, economic policies, and even the fate of individual nations are made during these meetings. Critics argue that such a concentration of power in an unaccountable group undermines democracy itself. Consider this: if the fate of millions is decided by a handful of elites, where does that leave the voice of the people? Historical events, such as wars or major economic shifts, often coincide with Bilderberg gatherings, leading many to theorize about covert planning sessions that shape these outcomes. For instance, the Arab Spring and subsequent political instability in the Middle East have been linked to discussions at Bilderberg meetings, with some suggesting these uprisings were foreseen, if not indirectly influenced, by the group. Theories about the Bilderberg Group's true purpose abound. Some suggest it's merely a think tank, a platform for discussing ideas and building consensus among Western leaders. Others argue it's a shadow government orchestrating events to consolidate power. Skeptics cite major world events that seem to align suspiciously with Bilderberg meetings. For instance, in 2008, the global financial crisis erupted just months after an unusually high number of banking executives attended the Bilderberg conference. Coincidence? Or a calculated move to reshape the global economy? Adding fuel to the fire, documents leaked over the years hint at discussions that go far beyond economic policies. Topics like population control, the use of artificial intelligence for surveillance, and strategies for controlling the media narrative have reportedly been on the table. If these claims hold any truth, they suggest a level of coordination and foresight that borders on the Orwellian. Consider the impact of global financial bailouts or the rapid shifts in public health policies. Both have roots that some attribute to discussions held behind these closed doors. Moreover, global pandemics, their responses, and the policies enacted to manage them have allegedly been preemptively discussed at Bilderberg, raising questions about the group's reach into public health sectors. In 2016, as the world grappled with political upheaval, social unrest, and economic uncertainty, Bilderberg's agenda reportedly included discussions on populism in Europe and globalization, topics eerily prescient of the events that followed. Brexit, the rise of nationalist movements, and increasing polarization seemed to reflect the very themes the group had convened to address. This uncanny alignment has led many to believe that Bilderberg's discussions are not merely predictive, but prescriptive. Critics argue that the group's focus on globalization and integration often comes at the expense of national sovereignty and local autonomy. Could it be that these elites are crafting a world order where borders and governments are mere formalities, subordinate to a global governance system? Nationalist figures often point to these outcomes as proof of deliberate undermining of traditional power structures, potentially leaving individual nations vulnerable to external influences. These arguments gain traction when considering how quickly policies on climate change, digital governance, and migration shift after these annual meetings. Let's delve deeper. One of the most persistent allegations against the Bilderberg Group is its desire for a single global currency. In the wake of the 2008 financial meltdown, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin emerged, offering a decentralized alternative to traditional banking systems. But while Bitcoin promised freedom from centralized control, rumors swirled that Bilderberg was exploring digital currencies, not for liberation, but for domination. The introduction of a centralized global currency would allow unprecedented control over economic activity, making every transaction traceable and every user accountable to a centralized authority. Imagine a world where every purchase, from a cup of coffee to a home, is logged and analyzed. Such a system could be used to reward or punish individuals based on their compliance with societal norms or governmental policies. This level of surveillance, critics argue, would make the concept of financial privacy obsolete. Financial experts suggest that such centralization could also lead to manipulative policies where economic freedom becomes conditional on loyalty or adherence to specific ideologies. Consider recent advancements in central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, which many believe align with the Bilderberg vision of economic control. Artificial intelligence is another hot topic reportedly discussed at Bilderberg meetings. AI's rapid development has the potential to revolutionize industries, but it also raises questions about surveillance, privacy, and ethical use. Imagine a world where AI algorithms monitor every aspect of your life, from what you buy to who you associate with. Could these advancements be tools for empowerment or instruments of control? Some reports suggest that Bilderberg attendees have explored the use of AI for predictive policing, social engineering, and even behavioral modification. Such applications could fundamentally alter the relationship between individuals and institutions, turning societies into meticulously monitored ecosystems where dissent is not just discouraged, but preemptively neutralized. The implications are chilling. Imagine algorithms capable of detecting subversive behavior before it manifests, effectively silencing dissent before it begins. Furthermore, AI-enabled misinformation campaigns have been speculated to emerge as tools for reshaping public discourse in favor of centralized narratives. History offers intriguing clues about the Bilderberg Group's influence. Take, for example, the political careers of Margaret Thatcher, Bill Clinton, and Emmanuel Macron. Each of them attended Bilderberg meetings early in their careers, only to rise to significant positions of power shortly thereafter. Was it a mere coincidence, or does Bilderberg serve as a launching pad for those who align with its agenda? Consider this pattern. Promising but relatively obscure figures are invited to these exclusive gatherings, and within a few years, they ascend to roles of immense power and influence. Is this evidence of mentorship or something more strategic? The list of Bilderberg alumni who have gone on to occupy key positions in government, business, and international organizations is too extensive to dismiss as mere happenstance. Some argue these gatherings are less about mentorship and more about alignment, ensuring that future leaders adhere to a predetermined agenda. Documents detailing Bilderberg's interest in creating a unified leadership class lend credence to this theory. The group's alleged reach extends beyond politics. In the world of media, prominent figures are said to attend Bilderberg meetings, sparking concerns about collusion and narrative control. If the Bilderberg Group seeks to influence global policy, could the media's silence about these meetings be a deliberate strategy to keep the public in the dark? Media representation plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion. If key figures in journalism are attending these secretive meetings, one has to wonder, are they reporting the news or shaping it? The potential conflict of interest is staggering, especially in an era where misinformation and disinformation are rampant. The deliberate omission of Bilderberg from mainstream narratives only serves to deepen suspicions. Notably, the rise of alternative media outlets has amplified discussions about Bilderberg, challenging traditional gatekeepers of information. Critics argue that this concentration of power, political, economic, and informational, is inherently undemocratic. Decisions that affect millions are made by a select few without accountability or transparency. The promise of a better world is alluring, but at what cost? The lack of transparency raises profound ethical questions. Should decisions with global implications be made in secrecy, away from public scrutiny? Or does such secrecy betray the very principles of democracy and fairness? Transparency advocates suggest that the true challenge lies in holding such organizations accountable while understanding the nuances of their agendas. Advocates for open governance argue that dismantling secrecy would lead to fairer and more equitable policymaking. As we near the end of this exploration, it's essential to reflect on the broader implications. The existence of groups like the Bilderberg Group raises critical questions about governance, democracy, and the balance of power. Whether you believe in their alleged conspiracies or see them as mere rumors, one thing is undeniable. The concentration of influence in a few hands is a reality that warrants scrutiny. History has shown us that power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. In an increasingly interconnected world, the actions of a few can have ripple effects that touch every corner of the globe. If left unchecked, such concentrated influence could pave the way for a future where individual freedoms are secondary to global conformity. Moreover, the evolution of digital tools and economic systems may further entrench such disparities if not critically examined. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysterious corridors of history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Mysterious History, for more captivating tales. Together, we can uncover the hidden truths that shape our world. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the past.